Is your robot vacuum cleaner listening? AI allows warehouse robots to make smoother movements. BladeBUG successfully takes its first daring steps on a giant offshore wind turbine. And finally, the EFF launches Cover Your Tracks. Stick around to find out more in this episode of News Bytes. Hello and welcome to Advanced Ingenuity Labs, your insight into technology. I'm your host, Aisha Sharif, and this is News Bytes, where we cover innovative developments in the latest technologies. As more and more smart devices become intimately intertwined with our daily lives, it is imperative that we perform our due diligence with regards to privacy. Researchers from the University of Maryland's Department of Computer Science recently demonstrated how a favorite robotic vacuum cleaner can be remotely hacked to act as a microphone. Despite the robotic vacuum cleaner not having a microphone, the researchers were able to successfully demonstrate the potential of any device that uses light detection and ranging, or LiDAR technology, to be used as a microphone. Privacy experts have suggested that the maps made by robotic vacuum cleaners, which are often stored in the cloud, pose potential privacy breaches that could give advertisers access to information about such things as home size, which suggests income level and other lifestyle-related information. While devices with sound recording interfaces are the usual suspects, this research shows just how easy a side-channel attack from a seemingly harmless household robotic vacuum cleaner can be accomplished. The LiDAR navigation system used in household robotic vacuum cleaners shines a laser beam around a room and senses the reflection of the laser as it bounces off nearby objects. The robot uses the reflected signals to map the room, avoiding collisions as it moves through the house. The researchers set out to repurpose the LiDAR in order to have it act as a laser-based microphone, which can sense sounds from subtle vibrations induced on nearby objects. They developed the LiDAR phone, which carefully processes and extracts traces of audible signals from inherently noisy laser reflections to capture sound, such as speech and music. The researchers implemented LiDAR phone on a popular robotic vacuum cleaner, then evaluated the feasibility of an attack through comprehensive real-world experiments. They conducted experiments with two sound sources: a human voice reciting numbers played over computer speakers, and the audio from a variety of television shows played through a TV soundbar. Then the laser signal was captured by the vacuum cleaner's navigation system as it bounced off an assortment of objects placed near the sound source. They utilized objects that might commonly be found on a floor, such as a trash can, a cardboard box, a takeout container, and a plastic bag. After the information was collected from the laser-based navigation system on the robotic vacuum cleaner, signal processing and deep learning techniques were applied to recover speech and identify the television programs playing in the background. The LiDAR phone prototype was able to collect more than 30,000 sounds, totaling over 19 hours of recorded audio, which included spoken digits and music. LiDAR phone was able to accurately identify approximately 90% of spoken numbers and music classifications. Through this work, the researchers were able to reveal a new direction of side-channel attacks that exploit active light sensors. Even though they use LiDARs on robotic vacuum cleaners as the example, their findings may easily be extended to many other active sensors, including smartphone infrared sensors and motion detector sensors. They hope that their findings will spur research on detecting future potential attacks and the development of new defense mechanisms. As the demand for online shopping has dramatically increased this year, workers in warehouses have been expected to fill this urgent need. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley are working with artificial intelligence software in order to give robots the speed and skill required to smoothly grab and move objects within warehouses. Tasks that may seem simple to humans, such as stacking objects of various shapes and sizes, are actually extremely difficult for robots. The researchers at UC Berkeley are working on a new artificial intelligence technology to help robots properly gauge how to move objects. Ken Goldberg, William S. Floyd Jr., Distinguished Chair in Engineering at UC Berkeley and senior author of the study, said, "Warehouses are still operated primarily by humans because it's still very hard for robots to reliably grasp many different objects. In an automobile assembly line, the same motion is repeated over and over again so that it can be automated. But in a warehouse, every order is different." In an earlier study, Goldberg and his colleagues created a grasp-optimized motion planner, GOMP. This planner design was able to compute both how a robot should pick up objects and how it should move the object to another location. GOMP's motions are fast and smooth, but the robot arm will often rapidly accelerate at the beginning of each motion and rapidly decelerate at the end. In the context of continuous pick-and-place operations within a warehouse, these high jerk motions result in wear and tear on the robot's motors, reducing the overall service life of the robot. This rough movement increases the risk of damaging the products and the robot. Even though the jerkiness could be tweaked by changing the software parameters to generate smoother movements, these calculations took an average of approximately 30 seconds to compute. By incorporating a deep learning neural network, the research team was able to drastically speed up the computing process of the motion planner. The neural network allows the robot to learn from examples that the robot can later generalize to similar objects and motions. By combining the motion planner with the neural network, the team was able to cut down the average computation time from 29 seconds to 80 milliseconds. Goldberg said, "Shopping for groceries, pharmaceuticals, clothing, and many other things has changed as a result of COVID-19. And people are probably going to continue shopping this way even after the pandemic is over. This is an exciting new opportunity for robots to support human workers." The researchers envision that other scenarios may also benefit from this new approach, including applications in manufacturing, assembly, painting, welding, inspection, robot-assisted surgery, construction, farming, and recycling. BladeBUG and Offshore Renewable Energy, ORE Catapult, have successfully demonstrated the world's first offshore wind turbine blade walk by a robot. The six-legged inspect and repair robot repeatedly scaled blades at ORE Catapult's demonstration turbine. Current wind turbine blade inspection techniques are complicated, dangerous, and expensive. BladeBUG can potentially offer a 50% cost reduction on current blade inspection techniques, which for now are conducted by rope access technicians. The high costs of inspections and repairs have traditionally been one of the primary areas of concern for offshore operators. During the demonstration, the robot gracefully walked 50 meters on a vertically positioned wind turbine blade. BladeBUG also displayed the use of its vacuum-padded feet in offshore weather conditions on the surface of the wind turbine blade. It easily navigated the varying curvature of the blade surfaces in an assortment of scenarios. BladeBUG demonstrated its navigational abilities, placement of feet on the changing surfaces, and transmitted the data from the blade scans to the onshore technicians. Chris Hill, ORE Catapult's Operational Performance Director, said, "This is an incredibly significant technology that we know is being keenly watched by the industry as a potential game changer. It has a clear potential for cutting costs, reducing human offshore deployment, and increasing blade lifetimes. But we had yet to see how the robot would perform on a real turbine out at sea. I consider BladeBUG's first walk at Leavenmouth as Offshore Wind's moonwalk, a historic milestone in the industry's evolution. Robotics are here to stay, and they will be an essential ingredient to operating ever-expanding wind farms, deeper water sites, and faster, bigger turbines in the coming years." The latest demonstration proved that the robot can conduct lengthy deployments in real-world conditions. It is expected that by the end of 2021, BladeBUG will be able to inspect blade surfaces for emerging cracks and imperfections, transmit data on the condition of the blades back to the shore, and if needed, be able to resurface the wind turbine blades. Chris Cieslak, BladeBUG CEO, explained, "This is such a historic moment for us as a company. It has been so exciting to see results of months of work and development in action, and this latest test marks the huge progress we have made. In a little over a year, we have gone from designing and testing our first prototype to taking our first tentative steps with our Mark I robot to now seeing the BladeBUG robot walk along the blade of an actual offshore wind turbine. We cannot wait to perform further trials and demonstrate the capabilities further offshore." If you enjoy this video and find value in our content, you can help us by sharing it with others. Also, leave a comment as we want to hear from you. And consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. You may also click the notification bell if you don't want to miss our upcoming videos. To stay informed about our upcoming training courses and camps here at Advanced Ingenuity Labs, visit our website at advancedingenuitylabs.com and sign up for our email notifications. Let's end this episode with a new tool from the Electronics Frontier Foundation, EFF. Just in time for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the continued increase in online shopping amid COVID-19, the EFF has recently launched Cover Your Tracks, an interactive tool that teaches users how advertisers follow them as they shop or browse online, and how they can fight back against corporate trackers by protecting their privacy, mitigating relentless ad targeting, and helping to improve the online ecosystem for everyone. Cover Your Tracks provides an in-depth learning experience designed specifically for non-technical users on how they are unknowingly being tracked online through their web browsers. EFF Senior Staff Technologist Bill Buddington said, "Our browsers leave traces of identifiable information when we visit websites, like animals might leave tracks in the wild, and that can be combined into a unique identifier that follows us online, like wildlife that's been tagged. We want users to take back control of their internet experience by giving them a tool that lets them in on the hidden tricks and technical ploys online advertisers use to follow them, so they can cover their tracks." Cover Your Tracks allows users to test their web browsers in order to see what information about their online activities is visible to and collected by trackers. It reveals the tracking mechanisms that utilize cookies, embedded code within websites, etc. Users can also learn how to cover some of their tracks by changing their web browser settings and using anti-tracking add-ons like EFF's Privacy Badger. The goal of Cover Your Tracks is to provide easy-to-understand information about exactly what kind of tracking might be happening and how it's performed. Buddington said, "Cover Your Tracks shows how Amazon, Facebook, Google, Twitter, and hundreds of lesser-known entities work together to exploit browser information in order to track users. They then use that information to bombard users with ads. We want users to learn a few tricks of their own to confuse trackers by utilizing browsers and extensions that give off the same information regardless of what computers they're running on, or randomize certain bits of information so they can't be used as a reliable tracker." Cover Your Tracks offers a learning page about the methodology EFF uses to mimic trackers and test browsers. I'll leave a link to Cover Your Tracks in the description. Also, here at Advanced Ingenuity Labs, registration for our course, Your Privacy and Security Online, will open very soon. Make sure to sign up for our email notifications in order to be the first to know. That's it for this episode of News Bytes. As always, if you enjoyed this video and want more, leave me a comment and consider liking and subscribing. See you next time.